Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and today I'll be talking to you about women's bikinis and how they changed over the decades. Bikinis were initially introduced by a designer named Louise Rare. The bikini started as a huge fashion hit on July 5th, 1946, at a popular swimming pool in Paris. This new phenomenon grew amongst most of Europe and became a sensation along the Mediterranean coast. It wasn't until the early 1960s that the US started to see the bikini wash up on the beaches. This trend was one of first to come to women that allowed them to express themselves in such a revealing way that was starting to also be socially acceptable. Of course, not everywhere was this new trend socially acceptable. In places like Belgium, Italy, Spain, and Australia, it was banned to wear a bikini, and even the Vatican deemed it as a sin to wear one. By the late 1960s, however, the bikini became a hit and an icon after it was featured in the famous hit Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini by Brian Hyland. Raquel Welch also made the bikini famous and revitalized the idea in 1967 in the movie 1,000,000 Years BC. With this new age of freedom, women started to feel more comfortable and empowered. By the mid 1970s, bikinis were being featured on shows like Charlie's Angels, where the main characters were three butt-kicking women in a secret group to take down bad guys on a global level. After declaring that bikinis were not only a fashion statement, but also that of an empowered woman's iconic social statement, bikinis would rattle the world once more with, of course, none other than the G-string. The G-string itself originated from the beaches of Brazil and pushed the envelope for women to express themselves in such a revealing way. Besides the G-string, however, to cap off the 1980s with a bang, a little show named Baywatch hit American televisions across the nation. The show was not only there for the sex appeal, but the overall plot and storyline as well, by showing even women in one-piece swimsuits can take on the main role. Once the wave of the 1980s fashion statement hit the US beaches, it was left for the 1990s women to take it up a notch. This didn't mean it was necessarily a fashion statement, but rather a new wave of feminism that overtook the sports world in 1994 as women started to wear bikinis in volleyball competitions. Overall, the bikini is much more than just an icon in itself. The bikini ultimately expresses the empowerment that women have on a social and moral basis for which is yet to be recognized worldwide. For here in America, on the other hand, it's a way to show self-expression and in some ways the particular freedoms that we have here rather than anywhere else in the world. Ultimately, it's one of the many socially acceptable expressions that women can wear as a symbol of empowerment. So, again, thank you for coming together today and watching my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you also learned a little bit of the history of bikinis and how in today's world and even yesteryear it empowered women. So thank you again, and have a good night.